How you doing, everybody? It's PND 51010, and here we are looking at the Draper County Police Chief in a press conference back in 2013, referring to one of his slain officers. As you can see in the opening frame here, there's a lot of anomalous activity going on that's isolated to his face, and which happens to this individual as well over here, who at times gives him a very ominous look, or a very suspicious look, almost as if to be like, dude, your shit's falling out, you know? He gives him just a very strange look. You can see here the indentation above his right eye. There's a lot of miscoloration in the skin tone. The texture at times becomes almost fluid-like. Yeah, we'll get into it here.
Who live on 4th Street to stay in their homes.
It's a little delayed, so I ask you bear with me. Here's the next frame. We can see again with the ridged eyelids, or the eyebrows, they're very segmented and ridge-like. We see the depression above the right eye.
Attacked an officer,
or the two depressions rather above the right eye.
on scene if they need.
Here it gets worse. It gets a little bit more degraded. Yeah.
To leave their home. An officer will then escort them out of the area.
Here on this individual too, you can see the slit pupil starting to take effect on his, I guess, deputy. Very strange.
Residents are asked to call 911 if they see anything suspicious. This is a tragic day for the Draper City Police Department.
Alright, here's the next frame. We can see it's even become more decayed. See where his left eye is. It's completely unrecognizable. I mean, it resembles nothing of what a normal human eye should look like. The texture of the skin has just been completely destroyed, for lack of a better word. You know, it's just completely anomalous. Camera can pick up a lot of strange things. I mean, you know, the camera doesn't possess any type of belief structure or manipulated perception, so therefore it sees things as it is. That's why we can see ghosts and, you know, all type of anomalous happenings that the normal human eye can't pick up because of said belief structure, or, you know, the prescribed reality that we've been conditioned to interpret and perceive. Alright, we'll get a little bit further into this. And I just want you to take note. Look at the proximity of the eyes to one another. You know, through all the jumbled mess, you could still see that it's the basic shape, or, you know, the distance between the eyes hasn't changed. So, just take note of that.
Want to reassure
Alright, then it resets itself.
residents that we are doing.
Okay, now look. Look at the proximity of the eyes. We can see the distance between the two eyes has increased, and on the right eye, his eyebrows almost become, it's like a big gash almost, or an indentation, and the pupil has become completely anomalous. And then below that, we can see his mouth cuts off, and it almost looks like the mouth continues around the jaw. We can see on the jaw, the cheek area, it's become completely miscolored and just very strange looking. He almost looks like that creature from the Goonies.
Everything we can keep the residents of Draper safe.
It gets a little worse. The eyes become a little bit further apart. And as I was saying before, if you look in this region right here, it almost looks like the mouth continues or wraps around the jaw. It elongates. And look at the ridges in the forehead, how they cut off. All the while, this guy's still looking at him like, dude, get your shit together, bro.
However,
Then it gets to the point where the nose and the mouth are completely unrecognizable. It doesn't resemble anything that looks like a mouth or a nose. It looks like somebody took a razor to his face. It honestly looks like his face is melting. Look in parts of his jaw to his left. It's almost as if segments are missing, or as if the flesh has been torn away. His left eye is completely anomalous, and we see almost like a complete slit pupil in this eye right here, or the beginnings of some type of slit pupil.
We do not believe we have any outstanding.
This guy's eye is a little bit anomalous here too.
Suspects at this time. But we're going to continue the.
Gets a little bit worse here. We could see above his lip, there's a big segment missing. Face still looks like it's torn away. I just don't see how video or compression artifacts or any type of video deficiency of that nature can be the cause of this here. I just really don't. And in the past, we've seen numerous examples of conscious awareness shown on part of the individual whilst they're shape-shifting. You know, making vain attempts to hide it or running off camera. You know, and I believe this conscious awareness is key, is in identifying and differentiating legitimate artifact from this phenomenon that we're seeing here take place.
Investigation as it is.
Here we can see his nose, if you want to call it that. It doesn't even look like a nose anymore, or as if it did before. I mean, it's just the complete structure of the face has changed. Just completely out of control.
And maintain perimeters in those areas.
Back to normal.
The investigation is.
Here we can see, you know, I mean, it's not as bad as before, but still, there's something wrong here. His eyes just don't look normal.
Ongoing, and we'll continue to update residents as information becomes available.
The right eye is starting to decay, or break down.
As I mentioned earlier, our intent.
Yeah, and that's it. So, just figured I'd bring that to your attention, see what you guys think about it. Be well, be at peace, everyone.